Happy April, which is coincidentally my birthday month. If you want to get me any records for gifts, feel free to do so. In this video, Jabba and I are going to be talking about the albums we're excited for this month and the records I should be getting in, so you don't want to miss that. A little intro right now, and then we're getting to the good stuff. That's right, it is my birthday coming up, April 24th, and I actually have finally got a P.O. box, which you guys have been asking me to do for a while. I have no idea what you're going to send me. Please don't be a bunch of Nickelback CDs. However, I will say I'm excited to see what you guys do if you decide to send me something cool. I will do a birthday mail haul. If I get some cool stuff in the mail, you don't have to do that. That's obviously optional if you're a fan of this channel, but I have been asked by a lot of people to get a P.O. box, so I finally got one. In the description, I'm going to leave what the P.O. box is, so feel free to send me something weird. This month there are 4 albums coming out I'm excited for. The first being the Eels, the Deconstruction. The Eels are a great band. I have a box set right there of some of their early albums, and I have the Blinking Lights and Revelations box set. They are just so good. E, the driving force behind their music, has been doing music for a long time and doing this kind of jovial, whimsical, indie, dark undertones sometimes, almost a little bit like Elliott Smith at times. Very introspective, very good lyrics. I've been a fan of their stuff for a long time. I'm actually going to see them next month in LA, which I'm really excited for. And the new album will hopefully be terrific. I didn't love their last album. I loved the first single from it, but the album as a whole wasn't my cup of tea. That was the first time I felt that way about them, so I'm really hoping that the new album, which I again dug the single, will live up to hype. What do you guys think? Are you excited for the new Eels album? A Perfect Circle is coming out with Eat the Elephant. I'm late to the Maynard James Keenan game. I know, I'm a bad music fan. I really didn't give Tool or A Perfect Circle much of a chance up until maybe a year ago. I heard Undertow, and as I was really heavy into my grunge phase, I was like, wow, this is like a grunge album. The rest of Tool stuff I'm still working on getting into. Some of it's a little too experimental for me, but I love Undertow. And then A Perfect Circle is definitely more digestible as well, and I'm really enjoying what I've heard from their catalog. New albums coming out. My roommate is obsessed with Tool and A Perfect Circle, so he's talking about them a lot, getting me excited for it. I hope it's great. I'm really excited to be a part of the A Perfect Circle world as this album comes out and everyone's talking about it. Hopefully enjoys it. I hope you guys are excited for it, and I guess a new Tool album's coming this year too, maybe? Fingers crossed. Janelle Monáe is coming out with Dirty Computer. I think she is one of the most talented people doing music right now. Her last album, The Electric Lady, was good. It wasn't as good as Arch Android for me. I don't know, maybe something about that first album, my first exposure to her was just this overwhelming joy of how talented and eclectic and soulful and jazzy and hip-hoppy and R&B, just a fusion of talents. She's right up there with Erykah Badu as just like one of the best people doing this sound fusion. I've seen her live. She's a miraculous performer live, and I'm just excited to see what she puts out. I've really dug the first 2 singles, and you know, she's channeling Prince on one of those singles pretty hard. But a lot of people have called her the female Prince, and I think that's a pretty good compliment. So hopefully she lives up to expectation with this album. What do you think? Are you excited for Janelle Monáe's album? And finally, Goldmund is coming out with an album I can't pronounce. Occasus? I don't know. Goldmund is the modern classical project of Keith Kniff, who is also in Helios, which is a really, really good ambient, almost down-tempo project that I've been a fan of for a very long time. Goldmund is the more piano-based, still ambient at times, modern classical version, as I said. A new Goldmund album is really excited to expect. I didn't realize when it was coming out, so I looked it up. So hopefully I can add that to my regular listening repertoire of beautiful ambient piano pieces that have become the soundtrack of my life recently. No news I can think of in the music world, all relatively quiet on the music front, but I do have some good records coming in. I ordered a bunch of really good stuff from Vinyl Digital, which is my favorite site doing all kinds of really good lo-fi, hip-hop beat tapes, some vaporwave releases. They have been killing it lately on the exclusive game, managing to get all sorts of really good lo-fi hip-hop beat artists, and artists putting out records through them that you can only get from their site that are super limited and usually sell out quite quickly. So I have a bunch of them coming my way, and I'm going to show them all off in the B-side. Third Eye Blind has a live album out called Summer Gods Tour Live. I did not get to see them on the Summer Gods Tour because I was at Comic-Con and FYF while they were playing LA and San Diego respectively. I was really bummed to miss it because I think they played all of their self-titled, which is my favorite album of theirs, front to back. I didn't know this record existed until I was on Instagram and I was just scrolling through the record people that I follow, and someone posted a picture of it and I was like, Another Third Eye Blind release. I own the box set, which is arguably the rarest record I own, and I have all the rest of their stuff on vinyl. So I decided I needed to add this and make sure I owned it. It should be coming in sometime soon, but I'll be showing it off on the B-side. It's on colored vinyl, and hopefully it sounds as good as it looks. Imogen Heap's famous album, Speak for Yourself, which has the famous track everybody knows by her, long out of print, went for hundreds of dollars, and this company decided to start doing some reissues of it. Now, I love the fact they were taking a very in-demand record and doing a reissue of it. However, I don't love how they did it. Basically, Intricate Industries, which is who's doing this repress, said they were 300 copies on black vinyl last time it was going to be pressed, and, you know, act now, blah, blah, blah. They're from overseas, so it was a little expensive to import, but I grabbed it because I didn't own it, and I really like the album, and I felt like I wouldn't be able to get it for under $100 if I didn't jump at it. It sold out fairly quickly, as to be expected. Right after they shipped the black version, they put up another pressing, more limited, on clear vinyl. As a collector, that drives me absolutely insane. Why would you just throw dirt in the face of your fans and lie to them, and then all of a sudden just magically make a better, cooler pressing come out? First one was 300, this was limited to 200, and then they were like, this is the last time it's getting pressed. Well, you know what? You said that last time. How are we supposed to believe any labels when we're trying to buy something that is not just an awesome album, but a really cool conversation piece and a collectible, to just not have any idea if they're telling the truth? This is not the first time this has happened. I've seen labels doing this all the time lately, where they'll put out a pressing, it'll sell out, and then they'll put out another pressing that's even cooler and more limited. It's like you're slapping fans in the face who supported you from the get-go by lying to them, and then just doing something cooler later when they've already locked in an order. Lucky for me, I had a friend who wanted the record, didn't care about the color, so I sold him my black copy at cost. I do have a clear copy coming in, but I'm a little annoyed I had to support them after what they did. I think that's super shady, and I think labels need to make sure that you're respecting people that are buying your records by not misrepresenting how you do your rollout of records. I know it's kind of a gray area, and a lot of people have strong opinions on the subject, and I could talk about it for an entire video if I wanted to, but that's just me being a little frustrated. Sufjan Stevens, the Tonya Harding 7-inch. I'm really excited to get this in. I love Sufjan, as you guys know, and the song he did for the I, Tonya soundtrack was beautiful. The 7-inch has two variations of it. One's a little more stripped down acoustic, one's a little electric, and they both sound awesome, and they're almost completely different songs the way he does them. This song, which is basically an ode to Tonya Harding, it's like a biography of her in song form, sounds like it wouldn't be that interesting, but it's so compelling the way he spins his lyrics, and the sound of it is so beautiful. Love this song, one of my favorites in recent memory of Suf, and I'm excited to have the 7-inch as part of my 7-inch collection. Mondo has finally answered the prayers of all the gamer vinyl collectors around the world, and they have put out the Katamari Damacy soundtrack on vinyl. Katamari Damacy is a game that came out around the PlayStation 2 era, where it was the strangest concept. You're a little guy, and you start in a small world where you're rolling a little ball, and you roll things that are sticking to the ball, like you'll roll paper clips onto it and pencils, and you'll just start rolling it around this world, and you have to try to get your ball large enough to complete the level. Now, the interesting thing about that is you can't pick up something large enough until your ball gets larger. So you start with paper clips, then you move to something slightly bigger, then you move to something slightly bigger, and it's this big map that you can navigate rolling this ball around, and you try to just find the right size things, and it gets bigger and bigger, and eventually by the end of the game you are rolling up buildings and planets, and it's just so absurd and so quirky and really beautiful animation. It's just a weird game with a really memorable soundtrack, and I've always wanted the soundtrack to be on vinyl, and Mondo, like I said, has answered the prayers of the fans. They put out 3,000 copies on a really cool Katamari swirl colored vinyl, and it sold out 3,000 copies in under an hour. I couldn't believe how fast they moved. At 35 bucks a pop before shipping, that is clear that video game vinyl is here to stay and people want it. So I'm excited to grab one before it sold out. I'm really excited to hear it. It's going to be a huge nostalgia burst for me. And it's just a good soundtrack to listen to. It's super fun. A Discogs pickup I'm really excited about is the MF Doom Dime Box. Now, this was a limited release from years ago that I missed out on because I wasn't as big of a Doom fan as I am now. But it's this box that you open up, and it contains the picture disc of Rhymes Like Dimes, one of Doom's best songs, on a picture disc that looks like a coin. And there's also a 250-piece puzzle inside of it that makes this really cool image of Doom I'm excited to just kind of do a puzzle. It's been a while, and I'm going to maybe get puzzle glue and glue it together and then frame it. It's going to be a whole thing. I'll show you guys when it's done, but I'm really excited to get this in because it's a rare Doom collectible, and I got it for a really affordable price. And I'm sure there's other records that I'm not sure when they're shipping, questionable ship dates, etc., etc. Make sure you stick around for the B-side in April while I tell you guys about all the records I got, including these, but not only these. So look forward to that. What records are you guys looking forward to hearing in April? What are you hoping to get in? Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel, and as you know, lots of videos coming at you. Stay tuned.